Hello. Welcome back to Siplife VP. It's your Uncle John, and today we are going to talk Japanese blended whiskey. Which one? Yeah. But before I get into the Japanese whiskey, let me say thank you for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. Hopefully you see me growing and getting better. And that way, as I grow, we grow together. We all learn a little bit more and sip a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get into the whiskey. So today I'm going to be sipping on Suntory whiskey, Toki. Toki in Japanese means time, by the way, but just so you know, this is a blended whiskey as well. So I got my bottle ready. Do you have yours? I also got my glass ready. Hopefully you got yours. So we can go ahead and get started with this little tasting right here and see what this tastes like. All right, so now I'm gonna add 2 cubes in. I mean, you can go 1 or 2, or do like a whole cube. I think if you do a compressed cube, it's a little bit too much depending on the pour. So what you wanna do is put a little bit of ice or water in there just to help loosen up and kick up those flavors. And so they're not so tight, compressed, and potent, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give it a little swirl. Let that loosen up real quick. So quick question before I get to sipping on it on the rocks. Now, when you guys drink this, how do you drink it? Do you like it neat? Do you like it on the rocks? Do you like it in a highball glass with a little crushed ice and a little something else in it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm thinking about doing an episode of drink this or that using Suntory whiskey. So I'm gonna have to use a cocktail, and I'll have a guest, and we'll kind of have some fun and kind of get an opinion of it that way. So if you have any suggestions, please put that in the comments as well and let me know. Help a brother out. All right. Okay, so I think it is nice and maybe loose a little bit. So let's start off with that sniff again, and let me see what I get on the nose this time. So already before I hit my nose, I can tell that the potency is a lot less, right? It's not as pronounced as it was the first time when it was just neat. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in for the sniff. Let's see what we got. Ooh. So this time it's a lot better. This time it's almost on the, I would say, the light to medium side, right? The intensity of the smell. And then also I'm still kicking the same notes. The same notes are kind of coming out. So you got the fruity and the floral, but and less grain and less of that alcohol smell since I've added that ice in there. That was really neat. Now, so this is the way that I've had it in the past when I go to a bar and I'm just chilling. I want something to sip on. I want to be semi-fancy. Yeah, I go with my Toki Suntory. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what you drinking, bro? Oh man, I'm drinking that Suntory Toki, that Japanese whiskey. What? What's that? That Japanese whiskey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right, let's go for the taste. Taste time. Okay. So on the taste side of it, I am getting now more so floral than fruity, right? And then the grain taste kind of comes and kicks back in. No spice or anything like that, but mainly that grain and floral taste, which is not bad. It's pretty smooth and easy to drink. So it's still off dry, not slightly sweet, but not anything like rum or anything like that. What else? The texture, and so it's still smooth. I mean, because when I add the ice to it, it kind of makes it a little bit more loose, right? So it's not as thick as, I guess, or as your traditional. It's not as thick as it was when I first drank it. It's a lot more loose, I could say. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah. And let's see, the finish. Okay, so the finish is still about the same. I would move it a little bit down on the spectrum though. So it went from being like medium, short to medium, to now a little bit more on the short side and not as much on the medium. Okay. The complexity is still about the same. The complexity did not change. I'm still getting a lot of different flavors coming through that has your mouth kind of guessing like, oh, what is this? What is that? What is this? So that's my take. All right, that's my take on Suntory whiskey neat and with a few cubes of ice on the rocks. Yeah. So now let's move on to the details, the real.